my homosexuals, I need you to bear with me today. I might backtrack a little bit from what I said yesterday, but it is the most progressive and positive backtrack that I could make, because I said it every now and then, but sometimes the best thing you can do for your body is to take a step back, do what you know, get back to the basics, and really feel out what might be best for you in this present moment, because you can spend so long obsessing or worrying over one injury or one little thing that you're training through, like my knee, and it can get to a point where you just decide that everything you've tried in the past is not going to work, and you just got to keep trying new stuff every single day and keep shocking the body. And that just isn't the case sometimes, and that is something that I learned very well today. I am a very happy boy. Now, I have news. If you didn't see my comment, I put it in there in the last video from yesterday, but I'm kind of built like Dmitry Klokov. Just a little bit. His is definitely way more extreme, because I found out that the reason his legs aren't the same length is because he was in a bad injury when he was playing a sport when he was younger, and they had to actually do some surgical shit on his leg that made one of them longer than the other. So that's a bit more extreme than what I was thinking. But to my surprise, I was still actually not symmetrical. My right leg was slightly longer like I thought it was. So what does that mean? From what I have gathered today, not that much. I think I over-exaggerated yesterday how much it might have meant, just because I was so excited to have found a new epiphany and had some breakthrough mindset of what could be possible. And also my left arm is also longer than my right, so that could have something to do with why that got injured over a year ago. I just was going too heavy, and the strain was put up more on my left because I would catch with my left a little bit faster. You never know. But either way, the links are not that big a deal. If you don't train too heavy and you give yourself the time to rest that you need to fully recover and get stronger along the way with longevity, your asymmetrical body parts are not going to have that big of an effect, as long as you maintain as good a form and core stability as you can. And, it's so funny to be... I've been training for 7 years. I've been consistently training for 3 years now, since I started Olympic lifting, and there's still so much you can learn. It's like a bottomless well of knowledge and experience that you can go through in this fucking sport. So essentially what I found out today was I went into the gym with the idea of okay, I have squats today. I'm just going to keep doing what I told you guys I was going to do. I'm just doing warm-up weights this entire cycle just to give my knee a rest. But I was okay, what can I do that has helped in the past, that I know will work, that might need revamping today? Just to give it a try to see if retouching on something that I tried before with less knowledge and experience might be better used now that I've gone through the past 2.5 months of trying to rehab this thing. And the one thing I haven't really tried specifically since I started this whole rehab process 2.5 months ago was solely focusing on isometrics. And when I say that, I know that I've done a lot of accessories in the past 2 months, like knee over toe, elevated back squat, lunges, narrow split squat, stuff like that. But I'm talking about just an isolated, up and down, very restricted movement kind of lift that just focuses on the strength of one muscle without too much overstretching, I guess you could say. Because what I found out when I was doing all those knee over toe accessories like sissy squats as well, it just became too much. Doing them every now and then is fine, but I had the realization that I was already doing full mobility with my knee in my typical Olympic training style. So I was honestly just overstretching it at that point, and it made my knee hurt more. And so I thought today, let's just try it out. So I went to the gym, and I didn't get to record it because I felt like an absolute degenerate trying to set up a tripod in the front of the gym where all the steppers are. But I started with 5 minutes just reverse walking on the stepper. If you have not tried that and you've got any sort of imbalance in your quad or your knee feels a little funky, that thing will work you. I was surprised at, first of all, how scary it was, but second of all, how it kind of replicated the feeling I got from doing a sled pull. And that was my initial goal, but there were too many people around to do it, so I just didn't want to get in people's way and make everybody move just so I could pull a sled for 2 minutes. But that warm-up was great. Got my knee feeling good off the bat before trying any Olympic lifting. And I was like, okay, what isometric should I do before my lift? I chose to do single leg wall sits. This was kind of a mistake. It was a good mistake because it's great to learn from it, you know, but so you'll see it later on. I did do them again after my main lifts because it just hit better after, and I wanted to make sure I got consistent with that feeling. But doing it first made my quads tight as hell, which is the point of an isometric. It's isolating my quad muscles. So it's not really, an isometric isn't really meant for mobility. It's meant to really touch on that one muscle you want to really like grow and emphasize and nothing else. So that you can, you know, the whole goal is to put as much quad strength on as possible to supersede the pain in my tendon so that my tendon can slowly grow without feeling pain later on when I put squats heavier weights in the future, inevitably. So anyway, but that little bit of isometric feeling I got in doing the reverse stepper, I got to my squats, and lo and behold, you know, it's not perfect, but goddamn, I started doing my walkouts, trying to practice getting my feet a little bit more aligned, because I told you guys I wanted to at least try and see what my body was capable of. And the moment I tried strengthening my quads, my feet started lining up. So although one leg is a little longer and my feet may not perfectly align, nobody's symmetrical, man. You know, I one of the best comments I saw when I was researching that shit was, everybody's asymmetric, just fucking squat. And that shit hit me like a ton of fucking bricks. I felt like I was getting yelled at by my old coach again from high school. I was like, damn, he kind of right. I got to just worry about me and just do what my body's capable of doing. And it went, you know, every time I walked out, I got that. It turns out, like I said, there was always the chance of this, but I was overcompensating because my left knee was weird. And that's why my right leg was going more forward. It just was, I was trying to shift the weight without realizing it because my body was just doing what it felt comfortable doing at the time. And now that my quads are all strengthened up and feeling good, literally not even 20 minutes later, I'm able to do a perfect fucking walkout without even thinking about it. And I'm like, thank fuck. Because I'm telling you, I genuinely thought something was fucking wrong with me. I thought that my walkout form was just going to be fucked forever. And I was just going to have to accept where I was at, because that just happens sometimes, you know. It's okay to have an imbalance, but like I was really confused because I was like, I never thought my walkout was bad. You know, I thought that I had a pretty solid fucking squat. So I was you know, it can take a man down a little bit when you're just like, fuck, I just wanted to squat good. So I'm at least extremely grateful that I don't have to worry too much about my walkout. There is some great fucking progress being made, and I couldn't be prouder of myself for at least putting in that effort to see where it would go, you know, because that's really what it's all about. That just trying everything, and sometimes everything is taking a little bit of a step back, backtracking a little bit, and accepting that, you know, I might have a similarity to the Klokov man, but nobody's built the same. I will never be built like Klokov. I will never be built like anyone else. I'm only built like me. So why am I worrying about what everybody else is going through? Why can't I just sit here and say, what will I do right in this very moment that I know will make my knee better and stronger than ever? And lo and behold, no knee pain, you know? So other than the single leg wall sits, I did some just really short range of motion pistol squats on the Smith machine just to isolate the knee again. And that felt much better than doing the full range of motion pistol squat all the way down ass to grass, because that was just overstretching it. You know, I don't need that full mobility stretch. I just need to feel the strength in the tips of my quads, right where my knee tendon is, you know? So that felt really, really nice. Was even able to put a little bit of weight on, and then did some classic leg extensions, because those will burn the fuck out of your quads. And, you know, I didn't go that heavy, sure, but goddamn, you know, if you do a set of 20 on anything, it'll start burning. I don't do cardio. I don't do accessories. So this is a new fucking playing field for me, and I am not accustomed to it. My quads are going to be burning like a motherfucker tomorrow. But I love it. You know, that the passion's overwhelming today. I couldn't be happier with the efforts and the progression that I've made. So, sorry for yapping so long, but physically, I am feeling at a whopping, I'm going to say 9.15. It was really goddamn decent, and I didn't even get to mention because I was focused so much on my knee. Power snatches were hella fun. I will tell you that right now. I realized how fatiguing it was for me to do a full Olympic lift every day now that I've done now that I've done like a power movement, especially on my squat day of all days. It really was the rest that I needed while also being able to highly focus that explosive power in that movement rather than worrying about the weight. Sometimes, like similar to how I say it's about the effort, not the weight that you put over your head. When you're training for Olympic lifting and you're just doing an accessory and you're not doing like a heavy day, for example, like my power snatches today, sure, of course I could go way heavier than 145. I'm sure I could have done triples at 185. But the goal was not to hit heavy weight. The goal today was to have as concise, powerful, and explosive, fluent lockouts and just nice big movements as possible with my Olympic lift so that it will carry over when I get to go do another heavy day a couple days from now. That's the whole point of accessories. Not to wear and tear your muscles out, but to give you that comfortability and that confidence in what you can do when you actually want to push it. So because next week when I go up to 4 sets of 3 instead of 5 sets of 3, I'm going to have to add another 5%. That's a good 15 pounds. And that 15 pounds adds the fuck up. I will tell you from experience right goddamn now. It adds up. So I gotta really nurture what my body's capable of. But what you're all here for, all in all. Mentally. Easily a 9.5. It was just a fun day. Lots of great homies. Really getting to understand my body more and more every single day. It's a long process. And yeah, I most definitely probably could have been healed a long time ago. I think this could have actually been a 1 month kind of injury if I had started to, because you look back at my training from when I first got injured, the first workouts I did after that, I just focused solely on isometrics, just doing a little bit of mobility, but I wasn't even doing Olympic lifts. And that little bit of quad strength went so far to where I was able to do heavy squats up until 3 weeks of training, just from 2 days of isometrics. Motherfucker, are you kidding me? How can I have been so blind? But either way, I am much more appreciative and grateful of that experience rather than resentful and regretful of those decisions. It's why I have learned so much and will be able to fully, efficiently, and productively get over this injury and never repeat these same mistakes again, ever. That's the whole idea. You learn as much as you can so that you come back as strong as humanly possible without lacking in the fatigue and efficiency that you have been training for so many fucking months. So I'm going to keep doing it. Every time I have a squat, at the end of the workout, I'm going to do the 3 isometrics that I've been doing. I might switch it up a little bit, but these feel really good. And I don't want to go too crazy on how hard I'm going because I really want to make sure, because this is not, again, it's not supposed to be too hard. It's not supposed to be too heavy. I just want to feel that good burn and have a good, nice, isolated, point of growth so that I can fully overcome this injury and do way, way better. So I really believe that 2.5 to 3 months from now, when I'm at the end of this program with doing no squats or no heavy squats and just focusing on the isometrics, I think I'm going to be set the fuck up. I'm very, very excited to see where it's going to take me. And as always, I couldn't be more appreciative of you guys hanging out and shooting the shit with me and supporting me along that way, because it's so fun to shoot the shit with you guys. I'm serious. I would love to just I've had the idea back and forth. I don't know if I'll ever do it, but I've always liked the idea of just having one of you guys call me and just having an actual homie talk on the way home from the gym, just to shoot the shit about how we're feeling about our days, maybe how our lifts went, because why not spread the love? That's what it's all fucking about. So I don't know. If you're interested, let me know. I thought it was a cool idea, but I also don't want to overstep and make anybody uncomfortable that doesn't want to do it or whatever. If you guys like what we're doing, just shooting the shit, having some homie talk with me, I love doing it either way because you guys give me that passion that you make me want to keep coming back and doing more and more and more. I love being able to get it out with you guys so I can wake up tomorrow and nonstop think about what I can do to better myself. So anyway, that's enough for me. I've been going off way too fucking hard, long enough. So I appreciate you guys hanging out for it. Let me know how your lives and lists been going. Really love hearing about it, genuinely. And I'll be back with some clean and jerks and bench press tomorrow. Excited to get back on the normal bench cycle as well. That'll be really good for my strength growth over time because my bench is definitely going to be a little weak for a while, but it's going to come back twice as hard. You guys know it. So I love you. I'll be back tomorrow. See ya.